Hey guys, so let's make a graffiti version of your name. So first of all, I'm not condoning graffiti. I'm not saying go outside and graffiti your house or anything, but graffiti has definitely become more of an art form lately with the advent of street art. So street art is artists that kind of go out and do different like kind of like graffiti activism, and those pieces sell for insane amounts of money. So somebody like Banksy, who puts up things that are commentary on society, or maybe Space Invader, who hangs up little tile versions of the video game Space Invader all over France. So those are kind of the way that these artists are using it today. And there's an excellent documentary. It's called Exit at the Gift Shop. Sometimes it's on Netflix, sometimes it's not. And it's about the rise and fall of this whole art movement. It's a really cool documentary. So let's get started with the graffiti. So you just need a white piece of paper. Anything you have on hand is cool. If you have a pencil, a Sharpie, any kind of markers or crayons or anything like that. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to write your name in like a regular version. So let's get out some things. So first of all, the way that lettering works, so like lettering, when you're typing on your computer, those are called fonts, right? And there's different variations in different fonts. And the size of the letter is point size. So sometimes when you're measuring something in a document, it'll say inches or points or PT. So the size of a font is a point. And the way that lettering goes like in a row is like if you have one word and then the next word here, the space in between the lines of type is called leading. And that's because back in the day, they would actually put in bars of lead when they had to use like little individual letters. And then the space between the letters is called kerning. So within graffiti, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the letters really close together with close kerning. And we're not going to have a single baseline, so that's the line that the letters sit on. Instead, in graffiti, instead of it being straight like this, it's kind of bent. So your baseline is going to be staggered. And another thing we're going to do is we're going to change the orientation of the letters. So the letters are not going to be straight up and down like they usually are. They're going to have different kind of orientations. All right, so let's get through, and I'm just going to grab the name that I thought of off the top of my head was Jack, because I feel like a lot of kids in Little Silver are named Jack, and it's fun one to make. So what we're going to do is we're going to make letters that are different orientations, different places on the pages, and different sizes, and we're going to kind of exaggerate them. So I'm going to start with the J, and now I'm just drawing like stick letters, just a stick letter J. I'm going to put the A up here. I'm going to try to draw a little darker so that you can see on the camera. Okay, so now I have my basic letters. So now what you're gonna do is you have your letters, now check them. Do they stagger? Yes. Are they different orientations? Kind of. Mine are kind of all leaning this way. So you could fix that. The next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna put a triangle on the edge, or the point of each letter. So triangle there, triangle there, triangle here, triangle, well, a big triangle there. And you can kind of have fun with them. Triangle here, triangle here, triangle, 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 triangle. Okay, so now what we have is we have our like letters kind of in a triangle. Now we're gonna add a thickness. Now it's really important to add a thickness to the letters because that's where the fun happens. Like that's where you get to add the color. I'm just gonna remove the paper underneath so that I don't add color with my Sharpie. So if you have a Sharpie, that's great. If you have a pen, that'll work too. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna trace your letters, but you're gonna give it a thickness. So here, boom. And then the letter A, I'm connecting this, making sure everything has thickness. And I can have certainly added more pencil lines before I trace. I'm getting like a thick thin here. Let me go really kind of go thin here. Boom. And then my K. Let's get this K. You'll notice I'm not following my lines exactly. I'm kind of fixing them up because I've been doing this kind of graffiti stuff for a while. So you can do that in pencil first. Okay, so now I have my letters, and it's kind of bananas because I have Sharpie and I have pencil, but let me go ahead and erase. Erasing is part of the process. If you're erasing, that's good. It's like, you know, part of the process. It's not that you made a mistake. It's how you improve erasing. Get my erase marks out of here. Okay, so this is an awesome, awesome start. So from here, there's so much you can do. I'm gonna give you a couple options. And when you erase, you have to go exactly on the line. A lot of times kids are like, I'm erasing, it's not working. No, you have to erase where it was. Erasers actually take off a little layer of paper with the pencil here. Perfect. Okay, now, first thing. So let's do the J. What we can do is we can go off of the J. I'm gonna go down at a 45-degree angle on this edge. I'm gonna close that shape. I'm gonna color it in, giving it a thickness. Okay, I'm gonna do the same here. Down at 45, and then here I'm just gonna like tuck it behind, and then I'm gonna color that. So that's gonna create like a drop shadow. Okay, so that's one. And you can do drop shadow. You can certainly like make a cool pattern, like polka dots on it, and then you could color in those polka dots. You could certainly do stripes, maybe combine some different patterns. Okay, so drop shadow is an option, polka dots was an option. Like a pattern, doesn't have to be polka dots, could be anything. Another option for the shadow, so I'm gonna come out at a 45, out at a 45, draw across here, draw out here. Okay, so now I've created like a second, do you see that? There's like a second side to this. Now I don't have to just color it in. I could do like some hatching. This is called hatching. Just making some lines. The closer the lines are together, the denser they are. Cool, right? Okay, now, I like that. That's cool. Now, another thing would be to add color. And kind of cool thing, these are just Crayola markers. We have, I mean, literally every art supply. Mr. Lawler had me clean out all my art supplies, and he found out how many I have. It was scary. And then I had to make sure he didn't throw them away, because he likes to throw things away. Because he's evil like that sometimes. Just kidding. No. Okay, so markers actually kind of blend. So how do you blend the marker? So you can start coloring. Ooh, this is a nice one. Start coloring. Ooh, and outside lines. So much pressure. Oh, outside the lines, so bad there. Okay, so you can add color. You can't even deal with how outside the lines I am there. I have to fix that. And then to blend the colors, you just overlap them. Some will blend better than others. You can overlap. Markers are hard to click. And overlapping light over dark usually works better. Okay. Another fun patterning or a fun thing to do is to make them look like they're dripping. Those are fun. So let's do that on the A. So you can make like little paint drips. So to make a paint drip, you want to just have like a big drip on the bottom. You can color it, leave a little smidge of a shine. Isn't that fun? And then it looks like a color drip. And you can add a little, well, let's grab this color. Let's see if this guy blends a little bit better. Yeah, a little different color at the bottom here. Maybe a little blue at the top and like a little, it's like coming off there. Ooh, that blue and purple blend really nice. So I'm overlapping them to blend them and then just kind of feathering them out. And here, I don't know, you could like make a color pattern here. You can do like an ombre of colors, something like that. Now, I chose the name Jack And I did not show you how to make an O, or like maybe like an O or a P. So in graffiti. So if you were to make an O, one of the things that you could do, there's a couple of options. So you could make your letter O, you can make it with a small little thing. You could make the whole of the O a triangle, or you can make the O as like a face in your graffiti. That's sometimes fun. You can make it like a Pac-Man. You can turn it into something. You can make it into like some sort of a round object as well. So super cool. So again, graffiti, what do? You write the letters normally first. You make a normal kind of font. And in your font, you're going to vary your baseline. You're going to have your letters going kind of staggered up and down. You're going to vary the orientation of your letters. You're going to really squish them together, like really push in with that kerning. If you're going to make your last name, your lettering would be also very tight. That's something that's in graffiti. You would exaggerate the pieces, like this A is very much exaggerated and pulled down. And we added these triangles. Another thing you can do is you can give them form, which is to show a second side of that triangle, to show like a 3D version. And then within the 3D, like you can shade the whole thing or maybe add a pattern. And then there's an option to add a pattern, to add color, to add an ombre, to add things in your background, like drawing a brick background always looks cool. And then adding maybe a pattern in the background or more color would also be fun. And you can color with anything that you have on hand. Markers, crayons blend beautifully. I mean, even if you have only a couple, there's somewhere in your house, there's hopefully some coloring things you could paint it in, something like that. Or you could just leave it black and white, which would be really cool as well. So I hope you have fun with this one. Woo-hoo.